Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today I am here with, well, not really many people, doing starting a new podcast called Anime versus Reality. And yes, it is intentionally similar to RWBY versus Reality because, well, one, I lack creative thinking, and two, there are some animes I've watched that I want to talk about some science in, but today we're not talking about any anime, we're talking about how we first got introduced to anime. You can join now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty much all this first episode is. But I guess we'll hop into it with
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we start on how we got into it or our general uh, tastes when it comes to it?
We can start with general taste.
All right, well,
You
I
can
can
go
go ahead.
first.
All right. Uh, as a whole, I'm not really picky about what I watch, but I feel like mostly I prefer action stuff. It's just I can watch more of it without getting bored than like slice of life or anything.
I just look at the camera and I've got a double chin. For some reason. Uh, I personally prefer, like, I have quite a range of anime I watch. Like, action, horror, mystery, and that's really it, I think. Although, ironically, most of the anime I've ended up watching are based in schools.
I wonder how that ends up happening.
I I
There's a,
think
but
that
I
like
guess
school is
to be
is
fair,
like it's because most animes are based around kids, so they end up being based around schools.
yeah, and also just majority of anime are about schools as a whole, so it's
Mm.
understandable that that's the majority of what you watch.
No, Happy left. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just over here recreating the thing he sent.
Okay.
But no, if you want to go ahead and talk about how you first got into it, what was the catalyst of your anime watching spree?
Very interestingly, my catalyst for watching anime was actually a meme from Initial D.
Deja vu.
Yep, the deja vu meme is the meme that I saw. I'm like, I need to find out where this is from, and I still to this day, I haven't really actually found like where it came into the anime, but I'm pretty sure it's in like the last two seasons, because I'm only on season 4 at the moment. And for everyone at home, it is not that I've started it. It is that it was the first anime I watched, but I didn't completely finish it.
Hmm. It's actually how I was when I first started. I started watching anime because I saw the attack people playing the Attack on Titan game on YouTube. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Show about this.
Yeah,
I watched the first two episodes and then didn't watch it for 3 months, and then decided to pick it back up, and now I'm here.
yeah. Uh, I I saw like Jacksepticeye play the Attack on Titan game, and this was after I found the anime.
Hmm. Yeah, before I had seen that, I think other than like Pokemon Indigo League and
Oh my
maybe here
gosh,
and there, other than that, I really haven't watched anything.
that is a it is an odd thing when you see anime on TV though. Like, it's like halfway through a season, you're just like, I've missed the first half of that season, and anything else before it. I'm like, yes, drop me right in the middle of a season.
Yeah. But that's also kind of like a fun thing to do, is to just like turn on the TV and see just some random anime that you've never watched pretty much any of, just on a channel.
Yeah, like I've had Dragon Ball Z appear on TV. Oh, hello.
Hello, Jay.
By the way, right now you're in the middle of a podcast. Are you okay with your voice being recorded? I should have started with that actually.
Oh, I don't really care, yeah.
Okay. Also, please try to refrain from swearing too much. Just as a side note.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, I can tell just by your voice that you're a person that doesn't really care and you swear a lot.
Fuck no, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That was my one swear word. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a PG-13 movie.
It was a freebie, okay.
We get one F-bomb per movie, that's all.
Yeah, I used it up.
Thanks a lot. There are going to be some animes down the line where we can swear a lot more because it's more mature themes.
Yeah.
So, wait for that anime. Wait for those animes to come along.
Higurashi, Elfen Lied.
Higurashi, that doesn't really have much. That's actually, like, it's
It's super gory though.
It is super gory.
Higurashi was unwatchable. It was just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know, I haven't watched it.
When They Cry has a really good mechanic built into the story. And it's also an anime that tries to replicate the chapters of the manga really well. And it actually does a pretty good job, even though I haven't seen the manga. It does a good job of setting up a story from the first chapter, and then that when you get halfway through, you realize, oh balls! I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to swear, sorry. It's just like, oh, that's interesting. That is a mechanic I didn't expect until now. Just so you know, I am 20.
So you're not a kid.
Anyway, this is why I wanted to write down notes on what to talk about.
Don't worry. Like, if you can swear, I will say you can swear in the chat, but don't swear too much. Because I do read it, and if it's an interesting enough comment to comment on, I will comment on it.
There's only like one person in the chat. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I can't really see your name. Like, and I don't mean, Mela, can you see the other person's account name? Because I can't.
Yeah, it's Alyssa and Jay.
Okay, Jay.
I'm Jay.
Okay.
What
So,
up?
Jay, how did you get introduced to anime?
Oh, jeez. So, I was in 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom did a translation of the Battle Angel manga.
Oh, I really want to see
So,
Battle Angel, like,
I
the anime.
loved it. I brought it to school all the time, and I kept reading it, and I was like, oh man, there's gotta be more of this stuff. So,
Yeah.
then I got really into anime, and I just started drawing a lot of anime too, and then it just
Oh,
escalated
you're
from
getting
there.
a bit glitchy.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. Is it
It's
better
all
now?
No,
good.
I think that's on your side again, Axe.
Uh,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Maybe I've just been born in lag. Maybe I'm just so used to lag at this point I've blocked out on mine.
Anyway, yeah, Alyssa, you're gonna be watching a lot more animes in this with this podcast.
I mean,
I've
yeah.
seen 3. I like the emoji after that. Like,
Yeah.
she's so proud of herself
I know, cool guy, you know?
in it.
But yeah, I've got like 50 animes that we're gonna be covering on this podcast first, and then we'll be moving into everyone else's favorites, like Malloy's favorite, Jay's favorite, even
sweet.
Alyssa's favorite. And then after that, it's gonna be random, so it's basically random category and a random anime from that category.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. I'm down.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
I will say I have watched a unique array of anime in a way, although there's way more nutso anime out there.
Yeah.
Like,
And
there is.
from what you said.
Hmm?
You
go.
Never mind. Sorry.
You go, Mallow.
The first anime.
What, first anime?
Yeah, well, you said you had like 30 animes you were gonna cover. What's next?
Well, I mean,
No,
the
it's
first one-
50
the first one
animes,
is
and the first one we're
tomorrow.
going to be
Or
covering
not tomorrow, next week.
is Death Note.
Oh, jeez. Anyway. Oh, classic. Okay.
Yes, we'll start off with one that is actually like back in like 2018 was the #1 anime.
It was?
It actually was, according to Google.
Oh, wow. I saw that in like 2013, I think.
It might not be 2018, it might have been earlier. I don't remember.
Oh, I think it kind of blew up again when they put it up on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they made a live-action movie and all that.
Yeah, the live action movie definitely made it popular in one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, popular to hate,
So
basically.
bad they wanted the actual anime.
Oh my gosh.
It made it very, very popular almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. At some point we're going to cover the Death Note movie.
Actually, I wanted to ask, because I got reminded of it. Have you guys seen the Fullmetal Alchemist live action movie by Netflix?
What?
I haven't.
I haven't even seen Fullmetal Alchemist, let alone the movie.
Okay.
I heard that it was bad.
No one I have
Can't
talked
swear.
to has seen it or heard of it, and I'm confused.
I've seen the trailer and I was like, no, I'm not watching.
I mean, yeah, it was 2 hours and 30 minutes of
I-
awful, but I
Oh,
still
man.
watched it.
I have my own thing when it comes to anime. If it's a remake of an old anime, I have to watch the old anime first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's normally a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with Devilman.
And
The remake is very different.
like I've only done that with one anime so far, and that was Fruits Basket.
There's a remake?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
2001
that's
and a
2019.
2019 remake, which actually is getting
I
a
didn't know that.
season
Oh, wow.
2. It's getting a season 2.
Didn't the season 2 already start?
But dragged on
Yeah, it's already
forever, so-
started. I've got to go and catch up on that, but I've got to catch up on Initial D first. Which, by the way, actually has 6 seasons. One of them being technically a movie instead of a season.
Wait, Initial D has seasons?
Initial D has it has like stage 1 is a season, stage 2 is a season, stage 3 is a movie, then 4 is a season, 5 is a season, and then 6 is another season. But season 6 is only 4 episodes.
I didn't know it was that long.
Season 6 is only 4 episodes.
I
Don't
didn't know
worry.
it was that long.
It's 81 episodes. It's like, oh no, not 81. Yeah, 81 episodes plus a
Thank
movie.
God for quarantine.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's a lot, yeah.
I don't think
I love
I
all
have any
those
place to judge on a lot of anime watching. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've watched all of Naruto, so I can't really talk about long anime.
Yeah.
I think the longest I've seen was Hunter.
Oh yeah, it's decently long, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. The Chimera Ant arc dragged on for really long.
I will say
that's what I
another
always
thing we're
heard
not
about.
going to be doing is covering any long anime. So count out Naruto, One Piece, and also Fairy Tail, possibly. Like, how long is Fairy Tail?
Yeah, Fairy Tail's what, 300 episodes?
Wow. Okay, definitely not doing Fairy Tail.
No, it's
Anything
400.
that's over
It's 400.
150
This season, I
episodes
think.
is not what we're going to do. Like, if it's shorter than 150, we're good.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Come on, you don't want to do a 1,000 episode long anime.
See,
You don't want to cover Pokemon.
see, that's the thing. That's the problem, because it's too long to cover it in just one podcast. We'd have to cover it over multiple and multiple of podcasts.
Hours and hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to talk about every single episode of Pokemon individually.
No, even if you just talk about each, like, 2 or 3 seasons per, or like up to 5, that's still that's like 4 podcasts. Right there.
Yeah.
No. By the way, we're in the middle of the
I'm sorry,
podcast right
Happy.
now, Happy.
You've not found your answer. You've not found your answer.
We have not
I
found your
failed
answer
you.
on how to make you a cat boy.
Sadly.
I mean, according to my cat, you just have to lay on the floor and sleep all day, so I mean... If you do that, I'm sure you're pretty close.
But yeah, we're just gonna try and keep to animes that are under 150, and if they go over 150 but we've already covered them, then we can go back and cover that one season that came out for it.
Huh?
Like, do you get that?
I don't know. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Because
Personally, I like long anime because I get more invested in it. It's a big commitment to watch or talk about it, so I can understand
yeah.
I can understand
Yeah,
that.
I'm not really into long anime all that much. I don't know, I feel like 12 episodes is ideal.
Don't worry, there's a lot of short animes in the list.
Alright, I've probably seen most of those, so...
Well,
Yeah, that's actually
you don't even
really
know the
short.
list yet.
Maybe Jay gets me, I get you, Alyssa.
Okay,
See, the problem is I don't know most of these animes, so I have no idea how long they are.
the longest anime that we're going to be covering on the list that I have is SAO.
Ew.
Yeah, it is pretty long.
Yeah, it's almost at 100 episodes, basically.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah,
Seriously?
there's 87 episodes in the main story, and then there's the new season, which is probably going to be like 12 episodes, so it's almost 100.
Oh man, I didn't even finish the first season.
Oh,
I've watched all of it
no.
except for the new season.
Oh, this is going to be fun. When we get to SAO, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait for the hate on that episode. I
Oh,
can't wait to say
the
I love
hate
it
is going to be
and just
strong, but
and then just get
there's going to be hate on this one for even
I want
mentioning
to be the
SAO.
heel.
Because SAO is the most controversial anime.
I love to hate it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like a lot of things ironically, so I really enjoyed SAO.
Yeah. Even though it had like all the hentai sort of stuff that happened in it, I'm like, my mind just blocked that out and just enjoyed the story.
Yeah, that's what you do with the reviewer as well, right?
Yeah. We'll save that one for when we actually get to that one. And that's way down the list.
Yeah. Can't believe you're gonna make me watch Interspecies Reviewer for this thing.
Hey, don't worry, it's only 12 episodes. And it's heavily censored.
Wait, is it actually in the list?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, was it in the list?
It is in the list.
Oh, I didn't see it. Hold on.
It's way down towards the bottom. I think I put it after.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what I put after. It wasn't
Oh,
your
there we
one.
go.
April. It was
It's Elfen Lead. It's
after Elfen Lied.
Of course.
The back end of the list is just like it's just like jumble
It's a hot mess.
until the very end where it's all the sort of like the death game based stuff.
Yeah. But,
It's
No,
gonna
actually,
be a
what do you
lot of
think
fun
is-
to talk about that, because at the moment though, like I've got another podcast I've got to do, which is the Ruby versus Reality one that I mentioned at the start, and I've got 4 episodes to do over there.
For a day?
No, not for a day.
No,
I was for a day. I was like,
4. I've got.
Jesus.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting anime every second week because I've got the Ruby podcast I want to do as well, and I'm putting that in between.
Mhm.
This just works out great for me because I get an extra 2 weeks. I get an extra week to watch
Don't
anime.
compare me
so
to
I'm-
Bill Gates. Don't compare me to Bill
I can
Gates,
cut up.
please.
Actually, wait.
I
Is SAO the longest? How long is Assassination Classroom?
it is
Wasn't it like 26 months?
no, there's 2 seasons to it, and it's like it's
Oh, there's 2.
Oh, there's a second one now?
yeah, it's like it's probably around like 50 episodes. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I think it's 50 episodes though.
Sweet.
But the second longest
check
one
that
is
out.
Initial D, and then the third longest one is Monster.
Mm.
And with Monster, you can literally just find it on YouTube. That's how
Alyssa
That's how I
wants to
watched
know.
Monster myself.
Billy!
Oh
Alyssa
my
wants to
gosh.
know they can
Oh my
call you
gosh.
Bill. Bill.
Billy boy. So gay. There is something I want to try and do at some point where we just for two or like a few episodes of the podcast we just pick a word and we try to find animes with that word in the title.
Oh boy.
And
That doesn't. That.
gay is one word I've wanted to do because I've seen so many words, so many animes associated with the word gate.
You know what? I'm just gonna pick Kill. That way I have an excuse to do an episode on Kill
Alyssa,
la Kill.
shut up.
And Alyssa, we are not doing Baku no Pico.
No, no.
We are never doing that because that is straight up hentai.
Did you know that
That's
I
my
watched the
favorite
entirety
anime.
of it?
Uh-huh.
I saw all of it.
So, thing is, I have had many people say, you need to watch Baku no Pico. I'm like, no, that's a hentai anime. I am not a person that's going to watch hentai. I will watch Interspecies
Oh,
review.
it's not just hentai, it's Shota, that's even worse. They're little boys dressing up as girls, it's really horrible.
Oh,
Miami
yikes.
crashed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, what kind of anime watcher would I be if I haven't seen the entire thing?
right? It's a cult
I know.
classic.
It's a cult classic. It's almost better than. I think it should have. I think
We
it should
are
have
never
higher scores
okay.
than Fullmetal
Other
Alchemist,
than now, we are
personally.
never going to talk about Baku no Pico. Okay?
I mean, yeah, this is the
I was
dumpster
looking
fire
forward to
episode.
There is one anime that I do want to watch at some point that is literally just called Gate, and it's an R18 plus anime.
Uh-oh. How does that work?
I do not
What's the
know.
line? Like, what is the...
I did not
What's the
understand how
certain
anime
factor?
works because going back to Interspecies reviewers, it was rated R18 plus at first, and then they dropped the rating to MA 15 plus. Like, I had, if I saw, like, I was watching it, and then I realized they dropped the rating, and I had to do a double take, and it's just like, why drop the rating? Oh my gosh.
I mean, the obvious reason you drop the rating is so that more people can watch it.
Exactly, like, and they heavily censored the stuff in it, and sadly, we're never gonna get a season 2 for it.
Wait, hold on. How bad is it? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm honestly curious.
I would say it's a 7 on like, when you say bad, what do you mean by bad? Because
10 being Boku no Pico.
yeah, definitely an 8 or a 7. Wait, 7.5 I'll go with.
Okay. Alright.
Because it literally is just like, it is literally as you think it is in the title.
Yeah. It's like everyone's favorite anime, Monster Musume.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was
I haven't seen that one.
Huh?
I haven't seen that
I
one.
tried
want to
watching it, I
watch
saw
it,
like
I just
one
haven't.
episode of it, and Jesus.
I want to watch it because it's really funny to say that
hello.
I watched Monster Musume.
Oh, they're buffering at the moment.
Oh.
Memes and weeps slash
No.
Satan.
That is a pretty funny.
What do you,
Quite a
What
name
do
you
you do
got
when
there,
you
bud.
what do you get when you put memes and weeps together? Satan.
It's more like Divide by Satan
Oh,
there,
God.
though. Well, they're gone.
They were so young.
Oh,
So new to the
Oh my
voice
gosh.
chat.
that's it.
So
But
new
yeah.
to the live call.
Just in the anime I've watched, we got video games. We got magic. We've got time travel, and some really sad stories. Oh my gosh.
What's the saddest anime you've watched?
Your Lie in April. Like, oh my goodness, like, Your Lie in April, I knew what was going to be I basically knew the ending within the first 10 seconds of the opening. But even though it's like a big spoiler, it's like it's not too big of a spoiler to the story.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The opening does just kind of give away the majority of the plot.
Well, most of the plot is not even focused around the big secret, even though it is. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm missing some stuff. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Alyssa, I saw that.
Oh.
I wish I hadn't, but you know what? I've been there. I feel your pain.
No! Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. We are never gonna bring up.
It's alright. No. Listen. Okay? X, listen. Okay? You're not recording chat, so that bit has no context.
I
Alright?
know.
So it's fine. You can leave it in. You don't have to edit it out. You can leave it in.
Oh my
It's
god.
fine. It works. Billy.
You don't know if I'm blushing. You're gonna have to watch the podcast on YouTube.
I can hear it in your voice.
I can't see what the emoji is at the end, or whatever it is.
The happy one with star eyes.
Oh, really?
No.
Alyssa, are we gonna have to kick you out? Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna post that image. Mind.
Maturity level is really low in the chat room.
I mean, what do you expect? Everyone in this app is like 13.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting to join a random voice call, someone yell doo-doo, and they all laugh for 10 minutes, so, like, you know.
Sweet.
Not 13, so it's fine. Okay. Fair enough.
To be honest,
I think we're the same age.
You just said that and I nearly laughed.
What?
I don't have the mental maturity of a 20-year-old at all.
Alright.
Not that it's really my own fault on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed you were 20.
Oh, we got someone else in the chat room.
What's up, Nico?
Hey, Nico. You don't need to write an apology letter. Oh my gosh.
Nico says hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh.
One message.
We're doing alright. We're in the middle of a podcast right now.
Do you guys think that Okay, I know you guys already said that you prefer short anime, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to watch one long anime, what would it be?
Ooh. Fairy Tail.
And by long, I mean at least 100 episodes.
I'd watch Fairy Tail.
Probably One Piece. Yeah, One Piece for sure.
I've been trying really hard to even find the first season of Pokemon.
It's on Netflix.
I've tried looking
Or
at
least it is
Netflix.
here. I don't know about Australia.
Yeah, I don't think it's on,
Not sure about Australia.
on Australian Netflix, which is annoying. Oh my. Oh my gosh.
What a heartfelt apology.
Oh my gosh.
You can really feel the emotion in every word.
See, we chill now.
Yeah, we're chill now. You didn't need to though.
After reading that, I think I'm about to cry. Actually, it's such a beautiful heart-to-heart apology we've had here.
I'm crying as we speak.
Yeah, same here. I'm bawling my eyes out.
Just so you know, we've been going for over half an hour at this point. It is called Anime versus Reality.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we've been going for over half an hour.
Oh.
Wait.
It doesn't feel like it, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, I would have guessed half an hour, give or take.
I've been in this chat. I've been talking for an hour already, and I feel like
Oh
I've been
my
talking
gosh.
20 minutes. This isn't fair.
Alyssa, can you please
My
stop with?
perception of time.
Can you please stop with that? It is dumb.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Miko,
yeah.
what's your favorite anime?
Favorite anime right now is Darwin's Game.
Does it actually change for you?
It changes quite a fair bit for me because early on it was Future Diary that went to I think it was Happy Sugar Life, and then another, and then Your Lie in April, and then Darwin's Game.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm still on the fence between Your Lie in April and Darwin's Game, because Your Lie in April is almost a perfect, is literally a perfect sort of romance anime, and it has a lot of music in it, and I personally, even though I only did 1 year music, I personally love music now.
Yeah. It has some like really good music in it, actually.
Oh yeah, I forgot Attack on Titan's gonna have a 4th season. God damn it.
I'm so excited.
I'm
honestly really excited. I really like season 3.
I am excited, but I'm also annoyed as well because I've got. If season 4 comes out before we get around to Attack on Titan, which is very low on the list, and it's going to be at least it's going to be at least a year before we get to it. Season 4 is most definitely going to come out before then, so I'm going to have to catch up on that before we get to it.
I don't know, I think seasons 1 and 2, okay, season 1 was decent. Season 2 was pretty bad.
Yeah, season 2
season
is the...
3 just... Season 3 just totally made up for the first 2 seasons lacked.
The first half of season 3 wasn't that great, I will say.
I liked it. I think it gave decent... It was very decent for character building, and, like, finally... it was the final build up to what the character development has been like building up to for since the beginning of the first season, so it's cool.
I need to change the notification that I've got on the screen. Yeah, just ignore that. It's just talking about this podcast, how it had to be rescheduled to today because of a bit of communication error between me and Mello.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
To be honest, it is as much my fault as it is Mello's. But it's more my fault.
I don't know about that one.
It's more my
I think
fault.
it was majority my fault, but I don't know about that one. I just didn't count the time right.
No, I didn't specify the time zone.
Well, no, you did. You did specify your time zone. I counted the 14 hours. I just forgot that it was going to be a different day.
Yeah. Well, at least you know now for the next podcast and all the subsequent podcasts to come.
Yeah.
I will say it is a bit annoying when you just start calling me Billy. I'm like, that's not my name.
You say something, Billy?
If you keep this up, I'm gonna end up this is gonna end up being the only podcast, or you're gonna be kicked.
Oh no. What's everyone's least favorite anime? This is a fun question always.
My lowest two anime are Monster and Eden of the East. I don't know which one would be the lowest one though, probably Monster.
Wait, favorite or least favorite?
Least favorite.
Ooh.
I know my answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Children of the Whales. It's a
Wasn't that a Netflix original?
I think. Yeah, I think so. I watched the first 4 episodes and I hated it. I don't know. It was like it's for something that was 12 episodes. The first 4 were just absolute nothingness.
And
that's a third of the series. That is just nothing. So
just so that everyone here in the chat knows, I'm actually, even though the people on YouTube won't see it, I'm be changing the background image to match the anime.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do it over on the Ruby vs. Reality one where I swap the background for the characters that I'm talking about in the podcast.
Oh, hey, X, if you want, I have plenty for the next week for Death Note. I have plenty of images of Mello, so if you would...
No, I don't want to just have it mellow. I just want to have it just general Death Note.
But he's the best one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's clearly obvious who your favorite character from Death Note is.
Yeah. Definitely Ryuk. I'm just kidding, it's Mello.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that.
What's the name of Misa's, of the Shinigami that followed her around? Rouge?
I don't know.
No, that was the other one, wasn't it?
Rouge? I don't know.
So, which Shinigami are we talking about?
Misa's.
Misa Amane. The one that followed her around.
I don't remember. I haven't watched Death Note in ages.
I thought it started with an R. Ryu. Or something. Yuri?
Alright, I will say, a lot of the anime that we're going to be covering, I haven't watched in a year.
And I'll have just watched it in, like, the past week or so. So
Have you
it'll
just
be
been
fresh
spending
in my
quarantine
mind.
watching anime nonstop?
Yeah, that's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Well, I have so
Seriously.
many different things to do that is not even associated with YouTube. That it's ridiculous. I've got just for this podcast alone, I've got to catch up on 4 different animes now, and with Ruby, I've got to do a sin list for volume 7, 4 podcasts in total, which is for YouTube, and I've got to count Grim Kills, study the music. I'm just, I'm a busy person.
Yeah, I can tell. Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much all I do is watch anime and talk to my friends. So.
and that's also on top of
I'm
making
not that busy.
gaming videos as well.
Do your podcasts get a lot of views?
Not really. It does get more views than my YouTube than my gaming videos, but the main problem is I can't keep views, or like I can't watch time is my issue.
I think part of it might also be the you hit a very niche market with a Ruby podcast that involves science. It's a pretty niche market to hit. I think this one, anime as a blanket, will
Well,
do a bit better.
it's more the market was more Ruby. It just had science involved.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I have proved, I've shown the science that in Ruby that literally the world of Ruby would be destroyed.
It's always the best part of animes, being able to prove that it doesn't make sense.
Well,
Using
actually,
the laws
the
of
science
itself.
was already covered, and I'm just like, I just sort of took it and used it for my own, for the podcast. Because I'm not going to try and do the mathematics on it, because the mathematics is ridiculously hard. I've had no practice with it. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just use the terms from it, from the video, and just be like, I can't really do the math.
I'll just use the theory and discuss it. Fine.
Well, it wasn't really a theory, it was more the science of the portals and portal.
I guess it's
Because there's one character in Ruby that can make portals.
Right. I haven't seen Ruby, so.
There's 7 volumes, and at some point there's going to be a volume 8. So watch it at your own risk.
They're still making it?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were still making it.
It's actually, I think it's almost nowhere close to done.
Honestly, I couldn't get past the CGI. I don't know, I thought it made the whole thing really hard to watch.
It's more animation than CGI, I think.
Yeah, well, it had a very CGI feel to it, you know?
From what I've seen, it reminds me of Persona.
I haven't seen Persona at all.
I don't know if that's like a... I mean, I haven't seen any of the shows. I also haven't seen Shin Megami Tensei, but I was thinking like more specifically the style, like the stylization of the games reminds me of what I saw of Ruby.
Oh yeah, I get that.
There is one anime that I want to watch another anime that I want to watch called Danganronpa, I think it's pronounced.
Danganronpa, yeah.
Danganronpa. My English.
Yeah, that seems really popular lately.
Yeah. I really want to watch it now
rap
because it is... Because of the themes of it, I'm like, why didn't I watch this for the 50? No, I can't watch it.
I played games back in the day, but like I never saw it.
Yeah, weren't they on the DS?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to watch because of the bear. I think the bear is cute. That's the only reason I want to watch it.
Of course.
Yeah, he's not that cute.
I think he's cute. It's like he's a creepy.
Yeah, well, his personality's not
adorable.
cute.
I don't know. I have no.
Looks cute.
But yeah, there are a lot of animes I actually want to watch at some point, but I'm not going to be able to. And that includes the magical themed assassination classroom called Koro Sensei Quest. Carol and Tuesday, which is another music based anime.
Oh, that wasn't great. Honestly, it's not worth watching.
I still want to watch it just because of the fact that
will.
it's related to music in some way.
Yeah, that's why I watched it too. But it was disappointing.
I actually did not know it was about music until he mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I had no clue what it was about, but I was still gonna watch it.
But yeah, there's anime that I've watched that have like the weirdest concept behind it, and I'm just like, yep, it's gonna be fun to talk about.
I don't care if I'm in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie. I believe is the title of that one.
Nah, are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie?
Yeah, okay, I was close.
Yeah, you were close. You had the main words.
I don't think I'd ever heard of that before you mentioned it.
Well, that's...
Can't imagine what the plot is.
Surprisingly, it's not that inappropriate.
Really? So the title makes it sound,
Well, there are some moments that are very, very inappropriate. And we'll cover those when we get around to that anime.
Oh yeah, I just thought of the anime I hate the most. Aeromaga Sensei.
Oh! I will say, I do want to see that at some point as well. Like, just because of the OP.
I would like to watch it.
I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. I have to watch it.
What do you mean it can't be that bad? You know what the name means, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Erotic.
It's like Oremo, but it's so bad.
It's like erotic book writer, basically. That's just. I wonder how that could possibly go wrong.
Oh.
Well, think incest.
Okay, let's steer away from that.
Okay, sorry.
Just steer it to the left and go away from it. Oh my god. I will say there's one anime where the OP is basically, if you were to just hear it, it's like almost the complete opposite of the anime. But if you saw the opening with the music, you'd be like, ah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And that's Happy Sugar Life. I'm pretty sure I've shown you the opening mellow, haven't I?
The type rings a bell. What was that about?
Oh, Death Parade. Death Parade has like a super happy, cheery opening, but it's not happy, cheery at all.
I've done some research into the background of Death Parade, actually.
Oh.
Ooh, give me the lore.
Well, I am not going to tell you that because I'm going to make you research it yourself. But you don't need to do it now.
It's 2 weeks from now?
The one 2 weeks from now is Death Note, so it'll be 4 weeks from now.
Oh yeah, 4. That's right. Sorry about that. I meant like podcast-wise.
Podcast-wise, it's 2 from now.
Yeah. find out where Death Parade's at so I can watch it.
I would say Anime Lab, but you can't watch on Anime Lab. It'll probably be on Funimation, and if not, you on Google you just type where to watch Death Parade, and then if you want to watch sub or dub, you pick.
I wonder if Funimation.
Or you just torrent it.
We're not about torrenting here.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not really a fan of a repeat of what happened with the Bleach animators.
I mean, it's fine as long as you use a VPN.
Oh my gosh.
Animated Bleach. Didn't they get in hot water recently? Or not recently, but like, a year ago or something.
I don't really know. I don't really keep track of news around anime. I just watch anime.
Fair enough. A lot of the news is not worth to follow.
Again, I'm just annoyed that I need to watch the rest of Initial D. I've got to watch season 2 of Fruits Basket. I've got to watch the latest season for SAO and season 4 of Attack on Titan whenever that comes out. Fun. A lot of fun.
I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time.
And that's also including the fact that we're going to be doing some movies at some points.
Some what?
Some movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Movies. Alyssa is back.
Hey, Alyssa, again.
Negative IQ.
By the way, we're almost at an hour here.
Oh.
We're at 57 minutes.
Already?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Oh, now I'm worried for when we get to actually having topics. This is gonna go by real fast.
Well, we're not going to be able
I will try
we're not
to-
going to get as sidetracked when we start talking about anime. Like, the actual animes, won't we?
Yeah. But like I said, like halfway in, this is just the dumpster fire episode.
And to amplify the fact that this is a dumpster fire episode, I'm not even going to do any editing on this. I'm just going to upload it as it is.
That's the greatest idea. I love
Just-
that.
Just pure dumpster fire podcast here today.
Yeah. Oh, I love that idea.
And then the podcast to
Just
come,
the
I'll
worst
do
first
more
episode
editing on it
of
because, well, Death Note to
Yeah.
start off with.
Mm. Gonna have to cut out my rants about how much I love Mello.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Although I personally try not to edit the podcast that much. So, because there's just like one moment that just happens,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause then
like,
it'll feel
I have to
unnatural.
leave it in because it's so funny. Like, in one of the Ruby podcasts, I had like a brother and sister just arguing in the podcast. I'm like, I'm leaving it in just because.
That's pretty good.
Eh,
I don't know if that's
it was
quite
like
gonna happen
5
with this
minutes
one,
of
but-
arguing. I'm like, yeah, this is good content right here. This is good content.
Whoa, it's exactly 7 o'clock. There's 50 people on my battery's at 50%.
Wow.
Oh. That's interesting.
Unplanned AF.
Yeah, that's... I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Why not?
Anyway, it's now being an hour. We should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, I guess. You want to go ahead and do the outro?
Well, you can do the outro if you want.
All right, hold on. Let me sit up. I'm lounging back. All right. All right. Let's end this thing off then. Thanks everyone for both Jay and Alyssa for joining in for a little while we ranted. And thanks everyone who is watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know the first episode
to,
is a bit of a dumpster fire, but
yeah, links to my YouTube page, my Twitter page, and Amino will be down below. And
the second episode will be a lot more tame than this one, hopefully.
And it'll be on
I
Death
hope
Note.
so.
And hopefully we'll be doing it on the right day.
Yeah. Hopefully I get the day right this time instead of
Yeah. So yeah.
showing up a day later.
So for everyone watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next podcast video comes out. I'm the Mad Scientist out.